Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to study about the design of 3-bit synchronous counter using 7476 IC. So this is the truth table for the 3-bit up counter. So starts from 000, continues sequentially up to 111. After 111, it will come back to 000 and this cycle will keep continuing. And this is what the sequential diagram we are going to have. So starts from 000, then 001, then sequentially incrementing up to 111, then finally after this value it must go back to 000. So since we are designing a synchronous counter here, we need to have the excitation table. So 7476 consists of a JK flip-flop. Therefore, here we are going to make use of the excitation table of JK flip-flop. Let us go through the design steps. First one, represent the present and the next state of the counter. Then, since 3-bit counter is being designed, it corresponds to 3 separate flip-flops. And these flip-flops are going to have the outputs Q2, Q1 and Q0, where Q0 is the LSB and Q2 is going to be the MSB. Then complete the J and K values for each flip-flop based on the present and the next state. The J and K values are filled by looking at the excitation table. Then for each J and K, perform the K-map simplification and obtain the expression. Then configure the circuit based on the expression obtained for each J and K. Now let us go through each of these steps in detail. So before getting into the exact table and the simplification process, so this is going to be the complete realization of the 3-bit synchronous counter. So one thing we have to understand over here. So it is being said it's a 3-bit synchronous counter. Synchronous in the sense same clock input will be given to all the clock inputs of the JK flip-flop. So here you can observe this clock is being given to this flip-flop, same is being shorted and given to this one and continued, and it has been given to this JK flip-flop also. So such a kind of realization we are going to consider it as the synchronous. And one more thing we need to observe. So input to J and K at each flip-flop level is not same. So for the first one it is VCC, for the second one it is Q0, and for the third one it's the output of a AND gate. So how we are going to get this? That is what the design part we are going to have. And more than that, Q0, Q1, Q2 are the common outputs, and then VCC and here is VCC, that means preset and clear are connected commonly to the VCC so that we can keep these JK flip-flops in a regular counting mode. So need to remember once again, clock is commonly given to all the 3 flip-flops. That's why we are going to consider it as a synchronous counter. Now let us get into the design issues of it. And remember, in the design issue, what actually we are going to identify? We are going to identify expression for J0, K0, then for J1, K1, and then for J2 and K2. And when we realize those expressions, this is what the values, this is what the representation finally we are going to get. Let us get into the realization part. So here we are going to have the present state, next state, then flip-flop 2, flip-flop 1 and then flip-flop 0. So flip-flop 0 corresponding inputs are J0, K0, then for this one it is J1 and K1, and then for this one it is J2 and K2. So here Q0 is going to be the LSB bit and Q2 is going to be the MSB bit, and here also the same is applicable. Let us first understand what is this present state and next state. So here we are going to have a sequential counting operation. So we are going to start from 0, 0, 0. Then after 0, 0, 0, what we are supposed to get as a next value that corresponds to the next state. After 0, 0, 0, the next value is supposed to be 0, 0, 1. That's why in the next corresponding value we have written it as 0, 0 and 1. Similarly, if the present value we are going to get it as 0, 0, 1, what must be its next value? That's going to be the next state. It is 0, 1, 0. Then if 0, 1, 0 is the present state, then 0, 1, 1 is going to be its corresponding next state. Similarly, when we get into the last value, 1, 1, 1 is going to be the present state. Then after 1, 1, 1, what we are supposed to get as a next state? We must get it as 0, 0, 0. Therefore, it is there in the next state. So like this, we are going to complete this present state and the next state realization. Now let us get into the further part. By looking at the present state and the next state, we must keep filling the values for J0, K0, similarly for the remaining. So first I am going to consider the Q0. So this Q0 corresponds to the flip-flop 0. Therefore, I will be filling up the values corresponding to J0 and K0. Right? So we are going to make use of this excitation table. In the excitation table, we are going to have the present state Qn. The next state is Qn plus 1. Based on those values, we are going to identify the input values J and K that will be filled over here. Right? So let us start with the flip-flop 0. Flip-flop 0 in the sense, in the present state I am going to consider Q0, and in the next state also I am going to consider Q0. So present state, next state. So here present state is equal to 0, corresponding next state is equal to 1. So the combination 0, 1 I am going to search in this excitation table. So 0, 1 combination here we are going to have as with respect to present state and the next state. The corresponding JK value are going to be 1 and don't care. So here 1 and don't care is being represented. Getting into the next one. So now here it is 1, next state it is 0. So combination 1 and 0 we are having. Search for 1 and 0 combination. So here it is 1 and 0. What is its corresponding J and K value? Don't care and 1. So that has been filled over here. Right? Remember, we are identifying for Q0. So this Q0 corresponds to flip-flop 0. Only for that we are making corresponding filling over here. So similarly, there is one more. So 0, 1 is the combination. For 0 and 1, output corresponding J and K, 1 and don't care, that has been filled over here. So similarly, we are going to have a continuation of this, and we are going to make a fill up of flip-flop 0, and then we are going to consider the Q1 of the present state and Q1 of the next state, and we fill up for flip-flop 1. Similarly for Q2 of the present state and Q2 of the next state we are going to consider, and we are going to complete for flip-flop 2 by looking at this excitation table. Right? So after completing all these table, we are going to get this realization. Now we have got this complete table. Now we have to identify expression for each of these. That means for J0, K0, J1, K1, J2, K2, we have to identify the expression by solving this by K-map. So let us get into the K-map simplification of each of these. Now here is the K-map simplification. So this is for J0 and K0. So this is what the simplification we are going to do, and expression we are going to get this as J0 is equal to 1 and K0 is equal to 1. Then for J1 and K1 we are going to make the simplification, and we are going to get J1 is equal to Q0 and K1 is equal to Q0. Similarly for J2 and K2 we have done, and we are going to get J2 is equal to Q1 Q0 and K2 is equal to Q1 Q0 we are going to get. Now with respect to the diagram, so these are supposed to be the input to the corresponding flip-flops, then only we are going to have a correct counting operation with respect to the synchronous counter. Now let us take the circuit step by step. So the first part, so we are going to have 3 flip-flops and we are going to have these 3 expressions that were obtained from the K-map simplification. So taking the circuit step by step, preset and clear of each of these flip-flops are connected to VCC because we want to keep this in a regular counting operation. Then clock is commonly given to all the flip-flops, right? So clock is connected here, same has been shorted and connected to this, shorted and connected to the last one also. So this is the first part of the connection. Let us get into the next part. So here we are going to have a realization for flip-flop 0, that is for J0 as well as for K0. So J0 is equal to 1 and K0 is equal to 1 in the sense J0 K0 are having common value. So we can short this one and both of them are equal to 1 in the sense I can connect it to VCC. Therefore, this J0 and K0 are shorted and connected to the VCC. Output of this flip-flop is going to be Q0 and that is what is being represented over here. Next one, realizing for flip-flop 1, that is J1 and K1. J1 is equal to Q0 and K1 is equal to Q0. So common input we are going to have. Therefore, we can short J1 and K1 and then J1 and K1 are shorted and they are connected to Q0. Q0 is the output from the first stage. This stage, that is what Q0 that is being connected over here. Getting into the next part. See, in the next part, we are going to realize for flip-flop 2. So that is J2 is equal to Q1 Q0, K2 is equal to Q1 Q0. So Q1 Q0 in a sense, this is going to be AND operation between Q1 and Q0 we are going to have. Therefore, an AND gate is being taken and as an input to this AND gate, we have connected Q0 as well as Q1 and its output is connected to J2 and the same is for K2 also. Therefore, J2 and K2 are shorted. Corresponding output we are going to have as Q2. Right? So this is what the connection making or the circuit realization with respect to the synchronous counter, a step-by-step realization. Right? Now let us have understanding of how this synchronization, how this synchronous counter is going to work. So I'm not going to explain for each of these values in the truth table. I'll just explain for 1 or 2 values. Further it follows because in the synchronous counter as we keep moving it may cause little bit confusion. Therefore, I'm to avoid the confusion. I'm just going to explain you first 1 or 2 values. Right? Okay. So first let us have initial realization. So let us assume output is equal to 0. Therefore, we have taken Q0 is equal to 0, Q1 is equal to 0 and Q2 is equal to 0. Right? Then what will be the corresponding inputs to the flip-flop? So the very first, that is the flip-flop 0 is connected to the VCC. Therefore, the value at J0 and K0 will always remain as 1. There will be no change at any counting operation. So that will be constant. Then what about J1 and K1? So J1 and K1 are connected to Q0. As Q0 will keep changing, this J1 K1 will also keep changing. Now at present instant, what is Q0? Q0 is equal to 0. Therefore, the same value will also be available here. Therefore, J1 and K1 are also equal to 0. Now, what about J2 and K2? Again, J2 and K2 are dependent on this output of the AND gate. So, at this instant, input to the AND gate is, so Q1 is 0, Q0 is 0, therefore 0, 0 is the input to this AND gate. Output of the AND gate is also equal to 0. Therefore, the J2 and K2 are also equal to 0 at this instant of time. Right? So we are at this stage. Now make a consideration that if we apply the clock pulse at this stage, then what is going to happen? If we apply the clock pulse, the same clock pulse will be commonly applied or simultaneously applied to all three JK flip-flops simultaneously. So simultaneously at the sense, so whatever the corresponding input at this instant we are having, it is going to act on those input values and corresponding output it is going to generate. Now let us take it from part by part. So when we apply the clock pulse, it is going to apply for all the three flip-flops simultaneously. I will start from this part. So here it is going to have the input 0 as well as 0. So in such a case, if we apply the clock pulse, then what is going to happen? Just take a look at the JK flip-flop functional table. So preset and clear is equal to 1. Input JK is equal to 0, 0. That is what the state we are having. Then Q bar, that means there will be no change in the output. Therefore, whatever the previous output, that remains as it is. Then when the clock applied to this one, so again the same, here it is also 0, 0. There will be no change in the output, but in this case it is 1, 1. Therefore it is at the toggle state. Therefore when we apply the clock pulse for this input, so this output 0 will get toggled and it will become 1, and we are going to get this next value as the output. So let us see how it looks like. Right? So this is how it looks like: 0, 0 and 1. Right? So when we were there in the previous state and clock is applied, what happened? I just explained step by step. From flip-flop 2 up to flip-flop 0 I have explained, and this is what we are going to get out of it. Now make a consideration of continuation. Now again J0 K0 remains as 1 itself. So that is connected to VCC, no change with respect to that. Then what about J1 and K1? So J1 and K1 input is Q0. Q0 has changed from 0 to 1, and now this 1 value is available at J1 and K1. Right? Then what about J2 and K2? So now we have to identify the input values over here. So input it is 0 and then 1. 0 and 1, output of AND gate is equal to 0. Therefore it is still remaining at the value 0. Right? So output at this instant is equal to 0, 0 and 1. Now make an analysis. We are at this stage, and if we apply the clock pulse, then what is going to happen? Right? So make an assumption, we applied the clock pulse at this instant, then we are supposed to get this value. How we are going to get this value? That is what I am going to make an analysis over here. Right? So when we apply the clock pulse, it will apply to this simultaneously to all the JK flip-flops, and here it is 0, 0 input. So output will be obviously 0, no change. Then with respect to this JK flip-flop, it is 1 and 1 input. When clock pulse is applied, then it is at the toggle state. Therefore the value which is now equal to 0, that will get toggle and will be updated to the value 1. What about this one? So again input is 1, 1, clock applied, then this will get toggled and this value 1 will get updated to 0. Then in the next stage we are supposed to get the output as 0, 1, 0. Now let us see, are we going to get that or not? See, here we are going to have output is 0, 1 and 0 we are going to have. So one thing you have to keep track of, for the first flip-flop we need not to worry about what is going to be with the inputs, because it is connected to VCC, it will be a constant value. But for the remaining two JK flip-flops, these values will keep updating at every stage. Right? So at this instant Q0 is 0, therefore J1 and K1 are equal to 0. And with respect to J2 and K2, again output of the AND gate is 0, therefore these two are equal to 0. Right? So we need to keep track of these two flip-flops, especially because the inputs for this will keep changing at each instant, right? So similarly, we are going to have update with respect to all these counting operations. So I will just show you all those operations so you can just track it. So after 0 1 0, when we apply the clock pulse, so it will go to 0 1 1, right? So output here it is 0 1 1, and correspondingly the J1 K1 values are updating. Here also J2 K2 value have got updated, because here it is 1 as well as 1 given to the AND gate. Output of the AND gate is 1. Therefore J2 and K2 are now at this instant are equal to 1 1. That is what is the most important. Then further it has updated to 1 0 0. So it is 1 0 0. Correspondingly J1 K1 updated, J2 K2 updated. Then it is 1 0 1. So 1 0 and 1. Further it is 1 1 0 1 1 0. You must keep observing about J1 K1 and J2 K2. And then finally we are going to have the 1 1 1 value, that is 1 1 and 1, right? So at this instant all these inputs are going to be 1 1 1 1 at these points. Therefore by default when we apply the next clock pulse, so all values, all flip-flops will have the output 0 0 0, because all of them will be at the toggle state. Therefore when we apply the clock pulse, then it is going to toggle. All these values will get updated to 0, then 0, then 0. So we are going to get the initial value, that is 0 0 0, after this 1 1 and 1. So one thing you have to remember, so this is a synchronous operation. So at each stage we are going to have the realization of J and K as per the design we had done. So here I have considered the 3-bit realization. Accordingly, I have done the design. So at each stage what happens, that has to be analyzed by using the functional table of the JK flip-flop. And in the synchronous we have taken a sequential representation starting from 0 0 0 up to 1 1 1. So there is a possibility that we can have a design out of sequence also. Any sequence we want, we can have a design of that. For that we are going to get different values for this J0 K0, J1 K1 and J2 K2. Accordingly, if we make the circuit, then we are going to get any sequence for what we have designed. So here it is the simplified representation of a sequential representation. Therefore, accordingly, we have got the realizations for J0 K0, J1 K1 as well as for J2 and K2. Thanks for joining.